Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Odia eSchool. For those of you who don't know me, I am Barenya, and like many of you, I grew up hearing Odia being spoken around the house, but I didn't learn how to read or write in Odia until I was a little bit older. In my case, I was 10, but you can be any age to learn this beautiful, beautiful language. Now, in the last video, we talked about the different swara varna, and we learned how to write them too. And if you haven't seen that yet, I recommend you go watch the swara varna video. It's in the same playlist as this video. And today we'll move on to our Vyanjana Varna. Now onto the contents of this video. We are going to start focusing on consonants. And I know there are so many letters, but don't panic. The best part of Odia eSchool is that we can learn at the pace that we want to, and in an easier and a simpler, more relaxed way. So here we go. So looking here, we can see our consonants, and you can actually break all of them into two major groups. So here is the top group in blue and the bottom in purple. And in blue, there are 5 different rows, and each row, or we can actually call them families, has its own special way of being pronounced. And we actually use a different part of our mouth to say the letters in every family. So the first family is the Ga family, then the Ja family, Da family, Da family, and Ba family. So you see each one of those letters you pronounce using a different part of your mouth. Now let's focus on the top group. Actually, before we look at the top group, you should know that the group in purple below the blue is a little bit different than the blue because each letter has its own unique way of being pronounced. So it doesn't follow the same pattern of being pronounced using the same part of your mouth. And you'll see what I mean later on. Let's start with the Ga family. And if you remember, it was the first row of the consonants that were outlined in blue. So we're going to learn 2 things: how to pronounce the letters and how to write them. Let's talk about pronouncing them first, though. So for the Ga family, in order to say each of these letters, you're going to have the back of your tongue move upwards to touch your soft palate. All right, so here's how you pronounce each of the letters. Ga, Ka, Ga, Gha, Nga. See, not so bad. So you might have noticed that the second and fourth letters that I pronounced had a little bit more energy and strength behind them than the first 2 letters. So for example, Ka had more stress on it than Ga. All right, easy enough. Now we are ready to write the letters.
Ready to write consonants or Vyanjana Varna? Awesome! As we know, Odia letters are very artistic. Combinations of circles, half circles, loops, and lines. Sounds easy, right? Let's start with the first consonant, Ka. A half circle, a line, another line connected to the first one, and a half circle on the top. Looks cool. Yes, this is Ka. Next letter in Ka family is Kha. A nice small circle, a half circle, a tiny half circle at the end, and a line. Wow, looks pretty, isn't? This is Kha. Okay, time to read a word. Let's try this one. You got it. This is Khoi. Do we know what Khoi is? Some of you already know. Great. Let me tell you. Like when we pop corn, we get our favorite snack, popcorn. Similarly, When we pop rice, we get popped rice, or in Odia, we call it moody. But when we pop the rice with its husk, we get a fluffy, yummy thing. And in Odia, we call it koi. Got it? Let's move on. Next is go. A nice small circle, a half circle, and a line. Very simple, right? Good. Next letter is gha. Two connected half circles. Another one goes all the way up here, and a line. Good. Yes, this is gha. Last letter in ka family is wa. A line, a half circle, low, another half circle, and a circle at the end. Done. You are doing great. We have completed writing the letters from ka family. In next session, we'll learn about cha family.